How do you do, YouTube fam? And welcome to another episode of Live, Love, and Learn. We the Peekays, lakini leo we are not alone. No.
We have shifted, and not only shifted, but we've crossed counties.
Hey! To come and discuss this amazing topic with none other than the amazing Shunette.
How did you YouTube
the way you guys are doing that thing. Now everywhere you see howdy, you just know that's milk and Peekays.
Yeah, do you know by the meaning of howdy? Because people always ask.
No. What does it mean?
How are you doing?
Hey.
But howdy.
God.
It is a dictionary, but there's kitu ya kujiwekea. Hapana. But howdy pia inaweza.
In the name of Jesus.
We are talking about this stuff. Howdy.
Yes.
So guys, we have the amazing, Shunettes. And not only by they are they here as guests, they also have a channel.
Yes.
So before to understand, please you'll find their link on the description box.
Yes.
And their channel is called The Shunettes, right?
Yeah,
Shunettes Forever.
Shunettes Forever.
Yeah.
That's what's up. So you can also go there, show them some love, subscribe. Let us all grow together.
Yeah, but when
Before
I
we
say
dive-
introduce,
Yes, they'll introduce
they say
themselves.
who they are, because there are a lot of things. There are a lot of things. So kindly,
Please,
Apostle.
guys, the
Ladies
floor
first.
is
As
yours.
ladies first.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm romantic.
Hi guys, on this
Channel
side.
unapika breakfast asubuhi.
Every morning.
Go fast.
You better learn. You better
I'm tapping into that anointing.
Yes.
I wake up to eggs and tomatoes and
Bacon.
about nice things. Anyway, hi guys. So my name is Grace Shunette. I am a prophetess. We run a church with my husband. I am a businesswoman. I am a fashion designer. I am many things. I'm also a mom of 2 amazing babies. I wear many hats. And so does my husband. So let me allow him to introduce himself.
Yeah. So how are you doing, guys? So I have the privilege of being married to the most beautiful woman on this planet.
Hey, babe.
Yeah. I'm in very many businesses. Majorly I do human trafficking.
Apostle.
I traffic people from the world into the kingdom.
Hallelujah, glory.
That's my primary business. And other than that, if you want cabro in your house, go anywhere the cabro.
You
read a cabro.
the man of God.
These are anointed cabros. They are laid by anointed hands.
Hallelujah.
Building the foundation of your home.
Amen.
Yes, jokes
But
aside, we
it's
are in the precasting business. Precasting business, holo pods, holo blocks, cabro, anything you need, like that, we are there. And then, of course, also ministry. And we are so happy to finally
And
be
your
on
church,
this
tell
channel.
them the name of your church.
Yes,
So
our church is called Rain
Rain
City
City.
Chapel.
Yes, and it's
Rain
right
City.
in the city.
Yeah.
They
The
are
most vibrant
cleaning the
church, yeah.
city by fire, by force.
By force.
Hallelujah.
There's
Matters
something you
not.
forgot to say though.
What?
That you're a lawyer.
Oh yeah, I'm a lawyer.
Oh,
guys.
yeah, by the way.
Also,
You
if
guys
want
are many
your
things.
case to be handled by a spiritual.
Yeah, hiyo nayo inaandika kabisa.
Anaombea kesi.
Anaombea
Kesi
kesi
na-
kabla tufike kotini.
Kama ufike kotini.
Lakini sasa Apostle niko na swali.
Yeah.
Lawyers na nini pale unajua haziendanishi, so what happens in that case?
No, actually,
Because sometimes lazima
They actually work together, by the way. Do you know Paul
lawyers
was a
and
lawyer?
lies.
No, you know Paul was a lawyer.
in the Bible.
Yeah, lawyer does not mean a liar. Jesus is an advocate.
So if someone comes and tells you I killed or I raped and nataka unisimamie
What?
kwa kesi.
Just-
Mchungaji Apostle
You see, we are
Damon.
told we need to be like Jesus.
Yeah.
And Jesus is our advocate.
Yes.
Yeah.
When murderers go to Jesus and say, Jesus, I have killed, how does Jesus handle that?
Hey.
I think you're gonna have to talk about that in a different, because even him, he was studying law.
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
That's a
Sorry for another
What?
day.
story for another day.
Wow. We need to hear that story.
That's
We need to hear that story.
That's
Yes,
why
he
we
has
have
done.
birthday.
Yes, he has
But
done
you actually
bit
look
of
like a
law.
lawyer, PK.
It was I had a big passion when I was in Form 3 by the me.
Yeah.
I stopped studying everything else, and I thought if I study history,
Yeah.
I'll become a. Actually, I grew some love for it. My uncle is and went on to be, so we almost grew up together. So that's how I developed a love for it.
Yeah.
Then I think midway, because of being a firstborn, life issues,
Yeah.
you just get some point into
Biashara.
As biashara. No, I actually moved now my careers to finance, because now it was easier to handle finance than be in those classes because again also coming from family where now I'm firstborn.
Yeah.
My other two brothers depend on my mom.
Ah.
It became now my
get
mom
it.
was ego mom peer pressure, so anyway.
Let's do something
Let's
else.
something else.
But you can still pursue it. Imagine life is long. Like life is so long. You can still pursue it
I
at
think
some
you'd make a very
point.
good lawyer.
I argue very well.
Yeah.
Thank you very
You
much.
know,
Appreciate it.
PK has a very trustworthy face.
Yeah.
I go to
Yeah,
We
so
can trust this
it's
guy.
very easy for someone to trust you. So a judge will look at the other lawyer.
like let me go with this one. But also,
Okay,
isn't it
Danganya.
amazing how you guys are in ministry, but still you're also
In
you're
the
thriving in the marketplace. I love that about you
Building while
guys.
battling.
Yeah, kwa sababu kuna
Wow.
ministry zingine zinanga wisdom ni ile ya nini, lakini
Yeah.
unalala kwa kanisa unasahau iko.
Yeah.
The
In
nini
fact,
part.
our mandate as a church is
Dominion. Yeah.
We believe that in our church, and this is what we keep telling them, we are creating an environment for people to grow in the things of God as they pursue their true purpose.
Oh yeah,
in
I
life.
love
Yeah.
that.
The
Wow.
principle of Nehemiah. You're not just building the wall, you're battling at the same time
Yes,
while
battle
you're
as you
building.
build.
Yes,
Because
teacher of the
the
word.
world is not going to be changed by tongue-speaking Christians.
No.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be changed by Christians who are going to occupy places of influence,
Yes.
so that while they are making legislation, they are downloading from heaven.
Hallelujah.
So the kingdom
God.
of heaven is established here on earth. I think that's the
Yes.
mandate of our salvation.
Wow.
Let me tell you, this
Yeah.
guy can
Can we
teach you
just
the
go
word
on that?
and
I'm
teach the
loving
word.
it.
Hey, karibu tuingie kwa word, kwa neno.
No, we need to do more of that because
Yeah.
that's what we need by the way.
Yeah.
Because I have seen the world is now. I don't know what I was sharing yesterday or the day before yesterday. People were saying now we are living in a world where now the generation that's behind us, they are now wordless. They don't have anywhere to go.
Yeah, they don't.
They are lost, and my heart now bleeds for our children
Yeah.
because now we leave them in this world. So which world or what sort of world will we leave them?
Leave
in?
them in,
Imagine.
yes.
I remember there was a conversation we were having with you the other day. You were telling me about fathering our children.
Yes.
And you said something so profound. I don't know if you remember what you told me about being a present father.
Yes.
And the fact that you are the one who goes out.
Yeah.
Can you just maybe share with them what you told me that day, if you can remember?
I think I was saying, and I told you also this to you again, that sometimes when you go somewhere, like for now, I'm not saying that if you have a girl or if you have girls, but for now, I go somewhere in competitions where we are told to stand up, that we need people to volunteer and do something. I don't know what the game, whether we are pouring water on each other, we're supposed to climb a tree and then jump down. I will stand up for one reason. I might not know how to climb a tree or just pour water, but I'm standing up because my son will see, my dad ndio hapo mbele wa kwanza, because that's now the kind of man he will grow up to be. But nikikaa pale nyuma nakaa
Oh my
Anashangaa
God.
babake
and
ako
men
wapi?
do that,
So
That is
now
so
that's how they,
profound.
and you see now that's why go even now because I go to school unapata unaona when children are called, girls they run, the boys will come there.
Yeah.
Look.
And then there are very few. So now we need to change that narrative. And because children you don't talk to them. They see.
They
They
see,
learn
yes.
They learn. For them, it's
That's
monkey see, monkey do.
That's
So if you
true.
see my dad akitwa the first person, now we'll always do the same thing. But akiona unakanga tu pale hivi,
That's how they'll
Unika na
stay.
kofia.
akigrow unajua you will not change it. Ukigrow inahanga subconscious. Ukigrow naambia naitwa naambia mama yake siwende. So anaona. So next time also atakuwa naambia the
Tambia
person.
dadake, siwende.
You don't want to bring up
Yeah,
boys who are timid. You want
Yeah.
to bring up children who are able to also own up and say, I'm a lead. Because also, we not change what. And Sunday, we're gonna Meg. We had what you call Meg. People we got married around the same time, so we share every month we meet. So one was saying there is an order where now there is God, man, then there is the woman, and that order will not change. So we'll never have an order where now we'll have God, woman, then man. So now these men, how do we shape them now to be able
lead.
to stand up and
Yes,
lead
to take up
their
a
families,
position.
their
Yeah.
home? Because like now, Miguel is the firstborn. If God willing, even if you have other brothers or daughters, he is the firstborn.
Yeah.
He'll have to make decisions at some point.
That's true.
When we are there, or even when we are not
According
there.
to how
Yeah.
it's needed,
And it will be dependent on how we mold him now as he
That
grows.
is so, oh wow, love it.
Guys,
As
believe
we have
it or not,
digressed.
this is not
But I think it was necessary.
It was very
was
necessary.
it's
Very
very
one of the
by
things
the
we
way.
said before we start is as the spirit leads.
Oh,
so we
yes.
don't know
Yeah.
who needed to hear
definitely.
that Rema word.
It's very
Yeah.
important by
Oh
the
wow,
way.
thank
Yeah.
you, BK.
Yeah, it's very important.
So tell us now the topic of the day.
Yeah, so now before we understand now, so today we want to discuss a topic that I think even when we did PMCC,
that is
we'd not
never
tackled
talked
this.
about.
It's never actually tackled. There's not even a manual of how to deal with grief.
Yeah.
So we're talking about grief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In
There
marriage.
is in marriage especially.
And also learning how to love through that
Yeah.
horrible,
That
horrible
season,
time.
yes. And can happen to either of you. Can be me, can be you, can be either partner.
Yeah.
So now we're trying to just we do not have a manual or solutions. We're just trying to have a discussion of what maybe us have gone through and have navigated it through it. Ndio somebody else out there ajue maybe
Yeah.
this is how I went through it. So on the comment section you can also tell us maybe Mimi, this is how I managed to go through it.
Yeah.
And those who have not gone through it, also it's important to also keep praying to God for grace, because truth is it's inevitable.
Yeah.
At some
Yeah.
point
At some point.
it will come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just pray for grace.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're talking about grief, and specifically now because I don't know that I put now this into context of how it happened to us and how we went through it.
Yeah.
But also there's another aspect of grief that Grace has brought about is grieving a friend. I never thought
Grieving
that
friendship.
existed.
Yes.
Friendships.
Yeah.
I think it's very easy to see that someone has left your life physically, but it's another thing when you had someone who was so close to you. And there's the aspect of we understand that there are seasons and people come and go, but there's people who you've held so dearly that when they leave, you don't recognize that you're grieving. Because for me, I've experienced it and it was horrible. And now I'm out of the woods, but my husband was going through problems in that moment.
Those are the problems you want to hear.
You know?
How
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
navigate.
How to
through that.
navigate.
I'm actually just trying to find the meaning of grief.
Yeah.
Because it can be in so many contexts. Come
It
to
can
think of
be in
it,
so
Yeah.
many
when you think
contexts.
about it, the first thing that rings in your mind is like losing someone or
Yeah.
a loved one.
Yeah.
But then when you can,
But I think even that aspect, if you say it's just general, when you say losing, because you can lose
Yeah.
if somebody moves out of your life, you have lost.
losing.
You have lost. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're no longer present.
Yes.
Yeah.
So not only by death,
Yeah.
or so it can be in so many ways.
It can be in so many
Even
ways.
distance
Yeah.
can also make you lose, because maybe you
Yeah.
shared a lot with a friend. Maybe Ama alikuwa you're confident, and then
or
luckily-
even an animal, by the way, guys.
Yeah.
You know, I lost my cats the other day. My
We
two
remember.
kittens.
Yeah.
And
So
it
I
was
think
horrible.
it depends.
Yeah.
But then
Because
nilijifungia
you are
kwa-
attached.
kwa bedroom
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
week.
Yes.
What?
Yes, my kittens,
My
and I was
God.
very attached to them.
Oh, yeah.
I had never experienced losing an
Yeah.
animal before.
Yeah, before.
Yeah.
So you
I never
actually
thought that
grieve.
cats died. Like in
This-
my hands,
This is what
it
Yeah.
was like
Google
I'm the
says.
one who was responsible.
Yeah,
This is
for
what
the-
Google says about grief. It says grief is number one, intense sorrow.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's not
Yes.
lazima.
Then it says especially caused by someone's death. Right? Trouble or annoyance is the second meaning and form of. But grief is intense sorrow.
Yeah.
This intense sorrow can be caused by the loss of someone, can be
Yeah.
caused by a loss of a friendship,
Yeah.
can be caused by a loss of a job,
A business.
a
Yes.
business.
Yeah.
So it's
Oh, there's
intense
many
grief. Can even be
dimensions.
caused
So many
about
dimensions.
from divorce, because people
Yes.
who
Oh, yeah.
divorce actually have to grieve.
Yes,
Yes,
it's
yes,
like a
yes,
funeral.
And sometimes I heard someone say that divorce is worse than death.
Death.
Because
Oh, yes.
you're mourning someone who is still
Still
alive.
alive.
Oh,
You bump into them, but
Oh,
the
yeah.
connection can never be the same.
You
Never.
understand? So
Yeah.
you have to deal with that
Wow.
intense sorrow
Wow.
that comes from separation. So
And
it
you
is-
know what
Yeah.
else grief can be in,
Yeah.
in that list we can add mourning someone who you thought was
Yeah.
and you no longer see them, like what we were talking before that.
Yeah.
Like I saw babe when
Yeah.
I was saying, like I saw him as a huyu ni msia hizi nikosea.
Oh my God.
I went
That's
through
why.
Yeah.
That's why the Bible
'Cause I
is
was
very
like-
clear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Bible says
My God.
about idols.
yeah, I think by the way
In
true.
fact,
I
the mistake
actually
is not yours.
idolized him.
Yeah.
That's
You know,
it.
that's what I always say, that people, you know, when I'm posting the way he does for me breakfast every day, and he's a good man.
Yeah.
Oh, this man is a good man
Yeah.
inside out. So I never ever thought in my mind that this man would ever hurt me. That was the first mistake,
Yeah.
because only God
it's true.
Yes.
Cannot hurt you. So now moving from that position of this man can actually hurt me.
Yeah.
To now this is the man now. This one I'm married. Like this man, the picture I had.
Yeah.
And now to the real. It's actually a grief.
It's
And
a
actually
grief.
one of my friends called me and told me, because in our med we talk about those things. And he told me, Milka, what you're going through is actually grief.
Yeah.
You're grieving what you thought you
he
married,
was.
and now the real person you're married to.
Now here
so
he
it's
is.
even a whole change of life. I'm like,
There's that aspect.
now I need to go back to the drawing board to know how to live with this son of Adam.
That's what the Bible says about now an idol, and then also the mhenga also said that that has passed. Imeenda,
Kikulacho kinguoni mwako.
But there's something else. It will come along the way. But I'm saying also, you never truly, you can never say that this person will never do this.
Yeah.
We have to learn now to live with all of us because we have our own shortcomings.
Oh yes.
The degree might vary, but truth is we all have shortcomings.
Really
But
don't have
the
expectations.
truth is that thing is easier said than done.
Exactly.
That's true.
That's very true.
Because nobody will want to hear the person that I believe I married
Will one day
hurt me.
hurt me. Like,
Exactly.
even though we
Yeah.
know
Now see, they had
it's
for
something we
socks.
can expect, but I don't want to
But
hear
But
it.
you know, the truth is what?
Yeah.
I think that's why the creators or those who phrased the marriage vows were very intentional.
Yeah, for better.
For better, for worse.
Or worse.
You never think about the worst.
And also,
You only think about Maldives and
the better.
look at how abstract even the Bible puts things. That Bible inasemanga, I keep saying, when it tells us to give thanks in all things,
Yes.
it does not say the good things.
No, all.
It's all things.
Oh my God! Wow, that's deep.
So now you ask yourself,
Yeah.
so even when things are worse, I'm supposed to give
Thanks. Yeah.
Oh my God!
How can so you
And now that's where
So your
the
husband has
topic
hurt you.
comes.
You give.
so the creators of
Yes.
these vows were
Imagine.
Your wife
intentional.
hurts you. You
Thank
give
you,
thanks.
Jesus.
Yes, even your own child.
Yeah.
My God.
Even,
When you
oh,
become a nine
even
man,
your own
what are
child.
you guys
Ukakaa kwa
hearing
nyumba yako
this?
for 18 years.
My God.
In all things.
In all things. So point is, we all have our own shortcomings. We'll fall. Even kama Peter, when alikuwa disciple called, but at some point because aliona Jesus anamtesa akatoa tu panga, anga yake ikakuja tu.
Yeah.
So you expect that even us who are we are called into the Christian space and we have subjected ourselves to God. At some point, our human nature sometimes takes precedent. I will shout at somebody because of something.
Yeah.
But if I pull back and ask myself, by this,
What
did
would Jesus do?
What
But
did
you guys
Jesus do?
tell us,
Wow.
how did grief affect you? First of all, like what was your grief? Where did
Our
the
grief
come from?
yenyewe wachana hata na paka. Our grief, but that one was something, yeah. That one ya paka, it was.
No, let's.
However, like the first time we were hit by grief, once we got married, when we got married, was 6 months into our marriage, we lose mom. As a matter of fact, the same day we were celebrating, you know, when you're newly married, 1 month is an anniversary. 1 month anniversary, 2 months anniversary. So you can imagine 6 months is like, we are half an year. You know, you celebrate every month.
And it was the exact same day.
As a matter of fact, I was on the phone. He had texted me, you know, her anniversary, and we were at Hosi with mom. So me, I'm on my way climbing to go see mom, and I'm responding. I'm like, hey, happy anniversary, Then I enter in the 28th of October.
It's on a Sunday.
Yes. Actually, when is today? We are 4 days away from 28. So I enter in the room, and we find my mom breathing her last.
Oh my God.
And I'm there, na text, and this time we are 3 months pregnant.
My God.
So you can imagine pregnancy, grief, and then these are things that are not taught in PMCC. And by the way, I feel like the people, the marriage counselors out there, you need to include grief, because this is something that is sudden sometimes, and it's not expected, it's not talked about. So you can imagine, I'm having pregnancy, hata ni Mungu tu, pregnancy, and then grieving my mom. At the same time, he's grieving because mom was a very good friend to him. She actually saved him as Kiama's son before we even started dating.
Wow.
They were tight. They were like close
Before even-
friends.
Yeah.
You know we are neighbors.
Yeah,
You guys
we know,
that.
yeah.
So they were close friends even before hata niingie kwa picture. So him is grieving his friend and a mother-in-law. So me I'm mourning my like my mom. By the way, let me tell you, my mom's death hit me. Sikwa I was not expecting. I did not see it coming.
Yeah.
Nilikuwa nimekataa na yeye kabisa. So you can imagine it was hitting me. And uku's I'm pregnant. I'm having and it's 3 months. So you're
My
still
hormones
having the
throwing
hormones.
up. What?
So you can imagine, I could go for a day even without talking to the guy. And I love that he just used to let me go through the emotions.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe he can talk from his end what was going through his mind. Because naeza amka, leo naongea, kesho, nimenyamaza. Do you know this guy? I wish I even knew you were going to do this
How
stuff.
do you love someone through
That?
Yeah.
Because even you know he's a man.
I think
so the
point
release are not
is-
forthcoming. There is
My
no
God.
meeting
Point
at
is,
the
I think
junction.
you have to understand. Because
Nothing.
me, I don't know. For me, now I was caught between a rock and a hard place. Because now this is somebody who you cannot dismiss the loss of our mom.
Yeah.
And you cannot dismiss that you don't want to lose your marriage. So you have to
Yeah.
balance. You have to stand in the middle
Yeah.
and now find a balance.
And you're
Today
pregnant at
akisikia
the same
tu kuongea nataka tu akae. It's okay.
Unamwacha.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Until now, because I will not tell you that it is okay, because truth is it's not okay.
Yeah.
But time, wanasemanga time heals. So you just allow it time. In that time I used to do a 9 to 5 job. So I have to leave sometime at some point, go and then come back later. So if I come back and find yes, siku haongei.
tuongee.
Nikinotice tu hivyo, I just siko na any feelings.
Yeah.
Najua tuko sawa. Tuendelee tu. Hiyo now is 3 months. We had now 6 months za pregnancy. Because najua bado kuna ako, she's pregnant now and ako and deal now also those emotions.
Yeah.
So the only way is for me is I not pull back. I would be present when I'm able to. If she doesn't want me to be there, nataka tu akae peke yake, because that's how she anapenda kukaa peke yake. You just stay away. So just stay away. Kama sitting room mpaka whatever time, then I'll go back and now sleep. Life inaendelea. If tomorrow morning she's okay, she's talking, we talk. If not talking, tunaendelea.
And then I don't know whether you remember, babe, but sometimes you used to write me like a message. If there's anything I've done, if it's the grief, I'm sorry, it's gonna be okay. Then he leaves like a sticker note. And then I feel bad. I'm like, no, Aki. I feel bad. Emotions are cause.
Yeah.
So everything is exaggerated.
Did you at some point feel like your marriage was being threatened?
No.
Not really.
No.
Yeah.
The only now part that was hard is learning now how to go through that season. What I did not know is how long it will take.
Yeah.
The uncertainty of now, how long will this
How long
take?
will this be like
But
this?
now I don't have problem with the marriage or anything. My only concern is how long will this take?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it might be the next 10 years.
My God.
Because you never know who you'll wake up to. You might wake up to someone who's not talking.
Yes.
And then it was so bad. I had a threatened miscarriage. So I started getting forced labor and we had to go to hospital and I had to be put on bed rest. And it was everything. I'm here, I have a threatened miscarriage. I'm carrying this baby who I've not even connected with because I'm not present.
Yeah.
I'm grieving my mother. I am new in marriage. Remember, I'm new in marriage.
Yeah. That's the
You know,
part
there's a
where,
whole thing.
That's the part where I'm like, the marriage is so fresh.
It's so fresh.
You're just getting to know each other.
We are knowing each other. He's an 8 to 5, I'm an 5 to 8. Because I was working at night.
At night, yes.
So hata hatujui, yani I was trying to be a wife. I'm being a mother. I am having a bed rest.
Yeah.
I have lost my mom. Yani it was everything.
Yeah.
How did that affect you in terms of the marriage? Like, did you ever feel the need to be present as a wife? To be like, okay, I know I'm grieving, but now how do I be present for my husband so that this marriage doesn't go into shambles? Did you ever
Honestly,
feel the
your time
pressure?
I was just like,
That one was not
Whatever.
there.
whatever,
It was
man.
not there.
Like I
Yeah.
was. Yani, I feel so bad because I was even I was not even enjoying the pregnancy. I was not present. Kabisa, I had disconnected with everything. You know, kila kitu nilikuwa disconnect kabisa. It was so bad.
And
That's how fragile it was. Because now, when you notice that, you now have to tread carefully. Otherwise, now if I press it, then we might just go into now a down.
Like I've lost my mom. You so
now,
do you think you are?
that was not now the list of the things that you now start forcing.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You dismiss this because of the marriage. So you have to balance those two. Otherwise, you will lose one.
What kept you grounded?
I think also being a Christian also and prayerful helped me a lot to manage and understand it's a way of life, and people go through these emotions differently. And I don't want to be selfish, because if I say now that I'm fighting for marriage, I'm fighting for marriage, yes, but also for my I'm now protecting myself.
Yourself as well,
Because I want us to dismiss this, exclude it, and now focus on this. But now we have to accept that this is part of us. So how do we go through it?
I think the most confusing thing about mourning is the fact that it's never a one size fits all.
Yes.
Every loss is different. Every person who is grieving in various seasons, like everyone grieves differently.
Very differently.
And so you can never truly say that I understand how you're feeling, even if you've lost someone.
Yes.
I think that is one of the things that are so dynamic. But I just want to say this: if someone is watching this and they are grieving, and then that season, and the question that she asked is very profound, because for how long is it okay for you to grieve for? Before it becomes now detrimental or dangerous.
Because at the same time as you're grieving, life is moving on.
Life is
and that is
moving
the
on,
most
and you
unfair
have to
thing I
pick
feel
yourself
about
up
grief.
and move
that
forward.
it will not wait for you life. Hey, guess what? Landlord ataitisha rent end month. Children will have to eat. Everything business will have to go on. Everything is moving.
And can I tell you
No one
something?
will. People will grieve with you 1 day, 2 days, and then they'll go back to their work and whatever.
And I think the devil is especially in these days and age of the over glorification of mental illnesses and depression and all these things. I think yes, these things are there, but I think there's an over glorification of those things. I feel like in this season the devil is using grief to be able to get us
a foothold,
to enter into someone's either marriage or relationship and get you to stagnate in one place and use it as an excuse for self-destructive behavior.
What?
You understand?
Yeah.
So because I'm grieving now, I'm drinking alcohol, I am misbehaving. Because I'm grieving now, I'm not working on my marriage, I'm not working on my career. Because I'm grieving now, so the devil uses it to get a stronghold. So even if you're mourning, you need to make sure that the devil does not get that opportunity to use it to come against you.
Oh, wow.
You understand? So these are doors that we must be able to guard and to safeguard. And which talks
so
about the
deep.
importance of having support systems when you're going through grief. And healthy ones at that.
A healthy support system,
because you can grieve with someone and there are people who their only way of coping with things is either alcohol or destructive behavior. So you find someone saying, I just want to sleep around because I'm grieving. And we are supposed to excuse you because you are grieving. You understand how the devil can use that as a way to break down. Now imagine that happening to a newly married couple with a person who is either not born again or not as emotionally mature or developed as you are.
Even spiritually mature, you could be born again but not mature.
Spiritually mature,
when you're not going through it. Grief is a very powerful emotion. It's a very
And the enemy can use it.
That's why I pinned and said, if you're not careful with those two, you can lose either yourself or your marriage. Because now the context here we're talking about now, it affects
the
your
marriage,
or your relationship, whatever it is. Because it could be your friend, maybe that your friend is present. How you treat them might either make or break that relationship.
That relationship.
So point is how you handle it is very careful. But what I keep telling people is that truth is, like I said, one day, one time, you will be there. Because nobody will be here forever.
That's true.
And now, truth is the reality.
It's a reality.
And for us who are of the faith, we know that it is there.
And you don't even know it's
bound to happen.
To be your spouse.
And there is no time. You don't know whatever time.
They'll never
So point
know.
is, when we hear, I think what they say that knowledge is power. You now know that I know I'm supposed to be ready for this. That how I react or how you react to my mourning process should not be detrimental to our marriage.
Can make or break.
So if I say I want to stay there and just sit there,
support me.
That is you support me, allow me to be there. But the other thing is like what you've said. If I say I want to take alcohol because I do not support me. That one is
Yeah,
supposed
do
to
not
call
support,
me out
yeah.
because
Yeah.
you know I have sense. I'll wake up whatever it is.
Destructive behavior.
Destructive behaviors. But there are those I just want to just sit. Maybe that's okay.
Yeah.
Because maybe allow that person like now what you are doing.
Yeah.
I
do
love
not
that
talk.
he has learned my grieving so well. He knows how to handle me so well.
Yeah.
He knows when to be in the room, when not to be in the room,
Yeah.
when to come in, when to go, when to say something, and when to keep quiet. Like he has learned me so. I also think like you need to learn your partner's
Yes.
grieving language. Lakini kama hamja grieve, I think you just need to.
So
But tell us
No,
the
but
story.
we have.
Tell us the
Me,
story. We are
first
waiting
of all,
for the
like, I
story
keep
for the
telling you guys
friends.
that grief is a very, very powerful emotion.
it
Yes,
is.
yes.
It is a very powerful emotion.
It is.
And I think, to some degree, did my grieving motivate you to
I bet.
marry
So
me?
my husband is of the opinion that I married him out of pity
And grief.
Because I was
and
grieving.
grief. But I don't know actually, because at the point where his dad passed, we had broken up, so we were not together.
Yeah, then God gave
But
you a prophetic
ideally,
words.
because we were still talking, we weren't dating, but we'd still talk because he kept insisting there's purpose between us. But hey, see our lives now.
No, the thing
so,
is,
no.
Let me just explain that.
Uh-huh.
What I mean is, everyone that God brings into our lives
Yes.
is because there is purpose.
There's a
between
purpose,
us.
yes.
Yes.
But especially for those of us who are in the faith, it's so
Yes.
easy for us to translate relationship when God didn't say relationship.
Yeah.
It just
Oh,
meant
yeah.
purpose.
There was an
So
assignment,
when
you
she
assumed
felt the
it.
need to break up with me,
Yeah.
I said, God brought you into my life for a purpose.
Yeah.
So even though the relationship is dead, let's not
The
abort the
purpose
purpose
must
for which God wanted this
going.
relationship
Look
to be.
now.
So now-
There's a whole
See
church.
now, it's true. The purpose is there, it's evident and it's clear.
Yeah.
So in that period, it would have been very unfair for me to not be present.
Okay.
Because I knew him.
Yeah.
So in that period is actually when we reconnected. Because I remember I came for all the home visits.
Yeah.
During the funeral, I was like his actual support system. I'll never forget mom was looking for me that day.
Yeah.
When she was in the morgue, she was like, where is Grace? I'm like, hey, but I thought I dumped this guy.
Ah.
The man is like, where is Grace? And she made me sit with her in the morgue. And so from there, the reconnection happened. I don't think at any point did we say we are back together, but it just flowed. And so it
Grief is
that
a
was-
powerful emotion. It can get you anything you want.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Don't joke with
But I think
So for you, grief worked in your favor.
grief. Yeah, for me, grief works in my favor. So
You got a whole wife.
all things work
Unfortunately.
together for good.
For
those who
good.
love God,
to those who
Amen.
love,
Yeah.
His
Oh,
purpose.
type.
Hallelujah.
yeah. But
It's the reality.
But I think for us it didn't affect us as two people that much because we weren't yet married.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he was grieving in his own way. I think I've never even really gotten into the depths of how he grieved because I wasn't that present.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but for us, our grieving story is
Yes.
very funny, hilarious. It's hilarious because now I can laugh. At the point where it happened, it was not hilarious. So it's our therapist who told us that I am grieving the relationship, the friendship that died. So I had one friend who we'd been very close for over 6 years. So we'd been friends for like 6 years, and this was like my friend. You know, your ride or die. You know, the person who
Your
if fire is
person,
firing,
your person.
is the one you call. So we'd been friends for a long time, and then at some point I chose to speak my mind. I recognized at some point, you know, as you're growing as a human being, you start to see certain things. And at some point I realized I have to speak up when this person hurts me. And so at one point I told them, I don't like when you do this. And I think for the first time in our friendship, it was the first time that I had spoken up about how I felt about a certain thing that she did. And then she said she's gonna change, and we talked about it I think about 3 times. And at some point I just went quiet because I was like, I can't keep talking about it and nothing's happening. Anyway, so come to us getting ordained. We got ordained and she was there and she said congratulations, and then she just disappeared. So she was no longer talking to me. She never called me. I'd call her, she'd not pick my calls. I'd text her, she'd not text me back. And then it went on to 3 months. Then I texted her happy birthday. She texted back to say thank you. Then we didn't talk again. Then my birthday again, she said happy birthday. She first said happy anniversary because our anniversary is before my birthday. Happy anniversary. I said thank you. Happy birthday. I said thank you.
It has become like
But
a
then
one
now,
word.
yes, but now the friendship was dying. Like
Yeah.
I could tell
The
that
last kicks.
you don't wanna talk, because I will text you, won't respond. I'll call you, won't call me back, you won't pick up my call. And I think a year into it is when I realized this friendship is done. And it hit me really hard because she was the one friend I had. I'm not a person of many friends. I'm not a person of many confidence. She was like my confidant. She was the person who, Mushene siezi chapa na my husband, I'd chapa with her. Because girls, you need a girlfriend. Your husband cannot be your girlfriend. So you need a girlfriend. But it's true.
Yeah, I'm saying my husband is my girlfriend.
It's not possible. It's not possible. There's the deep intimate things that you share with your husband, but there's a certain level of motion. Hata kama utamwambia, see in depth, unajua kuna venye men kuna yenye unataka sasa uchape na mwenzako vizuri. So now I've transitioned in life. Now I'm in ministry, and my life has changed all of a sudden. And now my friend's gone, so I have no one to call, talk to about what's happening, how the church is affecting me as an individual, how being a woman of God is affecting me as an individual, how it's affecting our marriage. Like just everything had changed for me, and now I don't have anyone to talk to. My husband is there, yes, but there's that element of that friendship part, and I began to drift from everything life. Technically my husband is the one who can share. Ni kama nilikuwa nimeanza kuchizi kiplani because now because I don't have anyone to talk to, I got into what was I doing? I was watching series morning to evening. So now I'd be in my room. Milka was saying she'd lock herself in the room. Me, I'm not locking myself in the room and sleep. I would look for series I enjoy. I watch morning to evening. Morning to evening. You have a new ministry. Yes, I'm not leaving the house. I'm not doing anything. I'm not praying. I'm not here at the battling for Rabashaika Tula Hamadesha for the church. That's not what I'm doing, because life has all of a sudden changed for me. And now my friend is gone. I can't reach them. I have tried. And me, I'm the friend. Let me tell you, ask my friends, even the ones who are no longer my friends. Me, I'm the friend who will reach out 550 times, and nikifika ile nimefika mwisho, by then nakwanga nimemaliza na nimeosha mikono juu I have tried. I'm not the person who just disappears. No. I will call, I will look. There's one friend who kept telling me, no, you actually, it was a good thing because she told me I was the reason she didn't commit suicide. Because I kept reaching out, she would not reach back. She would not reach out, but she noticed I kept reaching out even when she don't respond. So one day I sat down and she told me, Grace, thank you for insisting, because I'm that person. So for this friendship, I tried, but it got to a place where even my therapist told me, just write a letter to her. Write her, not to give her, write all the feelings.
Yes.
So that they
then come read it out and release her. And it has not been easy, because at some point I would start talking about it and I'd start crying. Husband is wondering. And I remember you tried to reach out to her. And she never picked up my husband's call. So at this point, I have no idea why she stopped talking to me. I have no idea why she's not my friend anymore. We have no idea. My husband has started talking to her. My mom has started talking to her. And I remember when my mom called her, she told my mom, oh, we've been looking for each other. I'll actually call her. And I just told my mom, actually, that was a lie. But it's okay. Because my mom also, she's the kind of person, the way you said your mom had saved Kiama's son. My mom is someone who, when you bring your friends home, wanakuwa watoto wake pia. Hata nawapigianga naambia, kwani ulitupa namba yangu? You don't call me. I'm still your friend. I'm still your mother. So it got to that place. So for me, it was a troubling feeling. And feeling that now I don't have anyone to call. When I'm driving to work, it's so lonely. It's like a 1 hour drive to work. She's the person who will talk about upuzi yote. Naingia kupika samosa. Ndio hizo nimetoa samosa, nimekula samosa nne. Yani the ujinga stories, she was that person. How did it affect you? Or affect the marriage?
So first of all, it made me jealous of the
for like yani
that relationship was so important to you that it would break you like this.
So you're not understanding even what?
But I actually could understand, because I too lost a friend that we were very close like that a while back. That was even before we got married. Like this was a person that I looked up to as a brother. We used to share clothes, but the Lord increased me, but he didn't increase the guy. So anyway, so like we were very, very close, to the point where I even invited him into our house. And then he took advantage of my young cousin.
What?
Yeah.
Like,
and then when I found out alikuwa na mwambeti, he wants her to have an abortion or something like that. Like it was just a
they even got pregnant. Yeah, it went all the way.
She thought she thought that she was pregnant, and
Oh,
so she told
yeah,
the
those
guy.
things.
The guy told her, "I want you to get rid of the babies." You what all those stories. And this was a person that we knew each other in the ministry circles.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow.
So it hurt you.
That
You
must
understand?
have
Like,
been
that
so
thing
bad.
hurt me so badly. Then I told them, I want you out of my mother's house. What? Now the problem is, me and my siblings, we all live together, and most of them are brothers and they're men. They're my brothers and they're men. So apparently, I don't know how he managed to win their hearts. I think it's because they were not born again at the time.
Yeah.
So they were not understanding the dynamics of it. So when I even confronted him about it, he just told me, "You're just jealous for some weird reasons," like something that he just said. And then he continued to be, around my family and things like that. But the saddest part is they were so close with my dad, but when my dad died, he never even came for the funeral.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
You understand? Like, my dad
Yeah.
would leave him his house keys when he would leave, but the guy didn't even have the decency to show up at the funeral.
Wow.
Something like that. Like, it was just like mad, painful. It was a painful experience, and it was a painful friendship to lose. So when I lost that, now I could relate with her, because for you to be close to someone like that, you genuinely love this person.
Yeah.
And we also belittle the amount of mourning that we have to do for friendships, and especially for friends that there are those acquaintances who, when they live your life, like this.
Yes, like,
But
If you had a confidant, someone who is so close to you,
Yeah.
when something like that happens, then it's very painful. Yeah.
oh yeah.
Correct.
So how did you deal with it? Like, apart from being jealous, what were you seeing from your end?
I think it's the same thing, idolizing things. Because you discover you've placed them in a place,
In like a place, yeah.
and you want them to
Don't go
meet needs
there.
in your life
Yeah.
that they are not designed
They are not
to meet.
good. Yeah.
And any idol you put up in your life, God will break that
Oh,
idol
yeah.
down.
That
He
was
is a jealous God. Whatever idol, even if it is a business, even if it is whatever it
Even if
is,
it's
And
your
it's so
child,
scary.
Even if it is your child,
husband, your child.
Yes.
God will
I
bring
think
it down.
this guy was
that was your
idol.
idol.
Yeah.
The idol was brought
my
down.
sweet
And so God had to bring that down.
The
By
idol
way,
came down. Yeah.
which is very true, by the way.
Yeah. It
Because
came-
at that point also, when that happened, you were at a point where now you are also moving up your spiritual
Journey. Yeah.
journey. So God, God had told me something. It's gonna you don't put me and God in the same place.
In the same place.
Manze
You-
God
you
anaona
understand?
ati umeweka nani huyo?
Yeah. Who that?
A mere man.
Katata.
Yeah, let me see. Let me
Eh,
show
uko
you.
like we enyewe God ni wewe tu ni
Yeah.
wewe.
That's it. So it's God is very good. Has humor sometimes in how he does things.
Manze.
Because if you
He wants to
ukiangalia,
bring you to a point where you know ni yeye
Kwani
tu.
Peekay ulifanya nini lakini Peekay? Are you guys not wondering what Peekay did? Me, I'm wondering what did Peekay
He'll
do?
tell you off camera.
Off.
Wacha, people they have a very clean
Guys protest
slate.
Yeah.
in the comment
Let's
section.
No, wacha
Protest.
hiyo
About clean
Let's
slate.
riot and say
ibaki
Peekay
clean.
must
Wacha
tell us.
ibaki tu the
Wacha
guy who
slate ibaki
cooks his
clean.
breakfast, his
We don't want-
breakfast
and
Unataka kuchoma
avocado.
brand.
Eggs and
Chome brand.
Avocado and
and
really-
to things.
and to things.
Yeah.
And to,
Mshanga
but
niko.
he's not a bad guy. That's
Yeah.
not the point.
We have
He's
not
a
said he's
very,
a bad guy.
very.
Yeah.
I think it's the way I perceived.
Yeah.
God, I'm perceived.
and also how you bring it out.
How do I bring it out?
Like
No,
Like-
utawambia off camera and then they will judge.
We will judge. We will be the judges.
The gravity.
Yeah. I
The
think
weight.
And the weight. Uzito.
Wewe
But I think
utajibu
we have,
swali.
Swali?
Yeah,
From
how
your
you dealt
end.
with it. One
What
of
were
the
you
ways,
seeing?
One of the ways he dealt with it, I know because he told me later, is since as we got married, we've been going for therapy. Like, okay, now we are not in therapy, but from the onset of marriage, we went to therapy, which we found was very helpful because there are certain things that you don't know, dynamics of things,
Yeah.
that when you're tumesema PMCC taikufundisha.
Yeah.
So we learned about ourselves that we had never really known.
Yeah.
And so we had stopped going for therapy for a very long time. Then all of a sudden, my husband says, I think we need to go and see Alice. I'm like, why? So now later when he was telling me I had realized where you're headed. How? This one can be fire.
oh, so Alice is this friend now.
No, Alice now is our therapist.
The therapist.
Yeah.
So she was like, we need to go to therapy.
Oh yeah, like
Yeah.
I knew she was not okay. Like honestly, like she was depressed badly.
So that's how we end up in therapy. I was told to write the letter. Did I ever write it? No. But God is also humorous. There's a day now I was telling my husband, I think I've released this friend of mine.
Yeah.
I've released her because now I can't carry someone for the rest of my life. If they've decided that they don't want to be my friend, me, I know
can't
in my heart
force.
I've not done something wrong. But if I have, I wish even ningejua.
That's a very bad place
What
to
you
be.
do.
Yes,
Because you don't know.
there's no closure. It means
There's no
I'm like,
closure.
did I do? I'm trying to
Did
try.
I?
I'm trying to figure out what I could have
Ama
done
nilimsema
wrong.
vibaya akaenda
Yeah.
akaambiwa.
I'm like, no, I did actually there was nothing like that because our friend circle was one, and even the people she had introduced me to were more her friends than they were mine. Like, as in, it's a friend circle where now since I'm no longer her friend, I don't even talk to those friends anymore.
Yes.
So then God, the way you said, God is very hilarious. One day I'm doing my nails, and guess who walks in? Her. And where we do our
Where?
nails is a small shop.
So you have to be this way.
Next to each other.
Yeah.
Neighbor.
But the funny thing is, the thing that startled me is she came in and said hi, like we have been okay. Hi, you have been. I'm like, Allah.
Is this?
But I
you?
remember the Lord told me, don't ask her anything.
Wow.
And I
have to do
and that gave, actually that was where my peace came.
Come down.
Because the Lord was like, if you start asking questions, you will
will
go down
go
another
back.
hole.
Yeah.
So just
Every
leave
stronghold
it.
shall be
I didn't ask
broken.
her. I just moved.
So now, did you talk after that? Did you now?
No.
She went and kept
Have
quiet.
you
again.
Yeah, I'm the one who left because I'm the one who was finishing. She had just come in for her appointment. So I'm the one who left. I said bye. We just said bye nicely, and I left. And no, we've never talked again. And now I'm good.
And you've released.
I released her. Yeah, I released her because I was like, you know what? If what
Wow.
tumesema, no one can take the place of God. Don't idolize human beings. No one is perfect.
No one,
No
even
one.
the ones you idolize. Like
Yeah.
God will take people away from us.
Oh yeah.
He will. He
Oh
will
yeah.
if we
Like
idolize
you
them.
realize what I said. I never thought that. You know those boys. You know that. I shosho will nilipas.
Eh.
Uka will go. Sijui huyu mtu
My mom were together
Yeah,
for
your
a
mom.
while.
But my mom, it had never crossed my mind that
Yeah.
my mom
Can leave.
can leave, and she was admitted only one time, and that one time, and she was a nurse.
Wow.
Never ever gone to hospital.
Oh.
Never ever been
Yeah, that
admitted.
must have been hard.
And that one time,
Yeah.
she went. She never came back.
What?
Yeah.
Yani, I was.
I'm so sorry.
Anyway, it's still something I'm going through, but at least I've learned how to.
Yeah.
How to go around it. And then we lost also his brother.
His
at
brother,
that year.
yes.
Yeah.
So that was also another thing. But at least that time we were at least mature in faith, mature in the marriage.
And also, time also, because also how you experience these losses.
It's different.
And also then, as you grew, when you were, like now, Miguel does not know. That's why sometimes, like now, if we don't go home and you have somebody who is a stranger at home to watch over him, and then we come back later, sometimes he gets mad at us. And you will tell he doesn't want to talk to us. Why? Because I'm wondering, where did you guys go? You not even tell me.
Just
Yeah.
left.
So he does not know that can happen.
Yeah.
So the first experience is very, very painful.
Yeah.
But now once it's when you live in a place and you hear the neighbor there, they have lost somebody.
Yeah.
Another neighbor there, the other neighbor is behind you. Now but when it comes home,
Yeah. It is
you now
different.
experience now differently.
Yeah.
But the first one is always now very painful. But you learn now. Imagine we are all on the same journey.
They're all living.
Yeah.
What happens is what you read. Now to Juliza, like people who lose husbands or wives when they are so young, you wonder what happens to the children. What happens to the husband or the wife.
Yeah.
That's what pains us more.
Yeah.
It's not because of the loss of the person. It's what will happen now that
The
they are not
aftermath
there
of
anymore.
them not being
Exactly.
there. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
The intense
But
sorrow. Because
anyway.
now I'm wondering
Yeah, the
now.
intense sorrow,
So
yeah.
huyo mtoto ameenda, so mtoto wake or the wife, like now is recommend the lady when I works family bank who we were church. Who we just woke up one day, went to the bathroom to get ready. The next thing you're leaving the bathroom, the husband is gasping for breath. He's rushed to a hospital just outside somewhere there.
And pronounced.
And
And
that's
she
it.
has very young children. Anyway, what we can say about grief, it's very different. But I love what you said, that the enemy can use it
Yes.
He can.
as a
an
channel
avenue.
Yeah.
for self-destruction. We need
Yes.
to be. That
We
one
need
was.
to,
That
yeah.
one I think is my take. If you don't take
Profound.
anything else
That
from
one.
this video,
So I think
Let's take that.
the whole aspect of this idea is to understand that these things are reality.
Yeah.
Yes.
They will come.
Yeah.
So just be ready
Yeah.
that if it comes, it should not come and now destroy what you guys are
everything
trying to
you
build.
have left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it comes and now because you can imagine now if grief was to come and now destroy us. Not only you're going to lose. We have now. Miguel will lose.
Oh yeah.
And the other children who will follow, they will now be hearing, you know, I don't like, but it happens, it's there. This aspect of when now Miguel is brought up by a single mother. Or you're trying to explain to Miguel how you end up now. The person I'm married to is not your father because your father, there's a whole maze web. So for that reason, just guard yourself that you're able to now stand strong and now fight whatever this is together. It might be forever, but we learn how to go through it. Come on, it's the season of it now. You know how to go through it and manage everything else.
Father, I can even talk about this whole story and not even cry. It tells you a lot. Time does heal. So you just take time and let God in the situation and not take care of it. So it has been a very good video.
Yeah, it has.
Yes, please comment down below how you dealt with grief. How did you deal with grief? How did your marriage, how did you navigate your marriage and your love even through grief, whatever grief it was. You see, even me, I even grieved cats. So it can be grief for anything. People always laugh when I say that, but if you're a cat lover, you know. So yes, so that will be it for our video. But before we end this video, sahi 2-3 p.m. Hii video mmeiona 2 p.m. or even if you're coming after this video, go to the Shunet's Forever channel. First of all, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and then after that we are going to be doing an amazing video pale. So after hii tu ukimaliza tu hivi cross over to Shunet's Forever, we are going to be talking about another amazing topic. And so see you in the next episode of Live, Love and Learn. Bye. Okay, so bye.
Live, love, and learn.